For Wall Street Media, this is Melissa. I'm here with Doug, and we're going to help you make money in the stock market with information you can't find anywhere else.
Hey, we've got exclusive stuff from San Francisco today.
Yes, we do. It's from the 7th Annual JMP Securities Research Conference. You can find the full webcast at www.wsw.com/webcast/JMP6.
There's an awful lot. I mean, we had someone from Cisco. We have someone from 1-800-Flowers. You have video for us, right?
Yeah.
Companies, I love this conference, and JMP are good stock pickers, right? Mm-hmm. And they've got a variety of different sectors here. You know, I mean, there's small companies. There's some that aren't even public. Kayak.com presents here. Okay. That's who we use to search for a lot of our online travel.
Oh, very cool.
And also we had someone from Cisco earlier today, right? Super big company, right? And they have some biotechs, a lot of different neat things, consumer stocks. Mm-hmm. And you've got two for us, right?
I do. We have Mark Nance, president of BloomNet, a division of 1-800-Flowers.com, ticker FLWS, discusses the competition in his branch, as well as the advantages of BloomNet Florist wire service, including a digital directory.
Let's take a look.
As we look at those revenue streams, the real opportunity here is to look at our competition. What is our competition providing? How do we make it better? How do we make it less expensive? Some great examples of that is in technology. We focus wholly on technology. We have BloomLink, which is our private network that our florists actually participate in. That's how the orders are actually generated and delivered to them. That technology is current state technology. It's all web-based. Second part of technology, point of sale. We actually offer several iterations of point of sale systems to our retail flower shops. So to really, if you think about it in terms of a retail flower shop, BloomNet ends up being really almost a franchisor. We're offering everything to that shop that they need to really run their business. One of the very exciting things that we introduced, which is really a game changer in our business, it was just about a year ago, was something called a digital directory. It's hard to imagine, especially after listening to the Cisco presentation, that people still use paper directories like little yellow page books. The floral industry is still using those types of books. We introduced a year ago a digital format of that book, which is now online. It's current. The information is not multiple months old, and we can change it rapidly if we decide to deploy a new look, a new feel, new services that, in fact, that we charge for. We can do that instantly. We coupled that with what we thought was an extremely great idea, was to go to the retailers and say, okay, you get these paper books now. How about if you don't get these paper books? We'll actually give you refunds back if you don't take a paper book. It's a great opportunity for us, one, to provide a great service to them, but also saves us money while also hurting our competition. Neither FTD or Teleflora have a digital directory. As we start to look down the road for BloomNet, my expectations are we've just begun to build the company out. There's a number of new services we'll be launching in FY09, and frankly, we've seen an inordinate number of our competitors' floral shops join BloomNet. In fact, one of our competitors' number one actual account joined us a year ago. We have a great relationship. It brought a number of orders into our network, and again, delivering those orders to the retail flower shop gives them a greater chance of survival as the economy starts to tighten down. It also builds an alliance to BloomNet, which is what we're really trying to do is, over the long term, provide goods and services that are of great value to our florists, so they're there to deliver the orders for 1-800-Flowers.
Now, doggone it, if I was smart, right, and no one's ever accused me of that, but if I was, we would come up with a super special deal. And we could work this all the way around.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. This is me thinking.
Tell me what you
On
feel.
2 hours. Look, all of your fans, right now, are wasting their money. They aren't using 1-800-Flowers.com, right? Exactly. So we ought to have, next to the feedback button, a 1-800-Flowers button. And that way, they could save money. You could get just as pretty flowers, and your fans would save money.
That sounds great. You can just send all the flowers to me.
Well, you get them now, as it is, you know. Isn't that a good plan?
That is a great plan.
German Mike, add a 1-800-Flowers button next to the feedback button. He says fine, he will. But we've got it.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, you have another one for us.
We do. We have a video from Mark Rubash, CFO of Shutterfly, ticker SFLY, discusses the company's plan on expanding its product assortment.
So one of the ways that we're trying to just increase or raise the bar of what's possible in the digital world is to keep expanding the product assortment. So whether it's prints or cards and posters and calendars, one of the ones we introduced last year that was very successful in Q4 was these 20 by 30 collage posters up in the upper right corner, where you can bring multiple photos to a very large format factor. Other things that I'll spend a little bit time on shortly is designer cards. Consumers like fresh designs, quality, and personalization. And we're doing that across all of our card lines, most recently with the introduction of a whole line around babies and birth. Photo books. If anyone is like me, when I do 4x6 photos, they usually end up in the envelope, in a box, or sitting on a bookshelf somewhere. And occasionally you drag them out and you let people sort through, and then you pass the deck around. It's really not a very engaging way to share your experiences. And photo books, if you haven't seen one, you need to see one because it's just a better way. And increasingly, consumers the awareness is going up, the trial is going up, and once they see one or create one, they become inspired to do the next one. And I think it's just a paradigm that's rapidly shifting over time. And what we're trying to do on photo books is make sure that every type of form factor, size, all the way down to some of the licensed content like Dora the Explorer books. You use one image, you can create that book for your child in probably less than 20 minutes and have it in your mailbox in 3 days. And then all lines of photo-based merchandise, whether it's the coffee mug or the keychain or the coasters, things to remind you of the memories that are important to you. So in terms of how do I think looking at the company today, probably the two single challenges from building the business, one is the time it takes to create a photo-based product is probably the number one concern on consumers. How do you make it fast and easy but still end up with a compelling product? And second is awareness. So on the awareness side, we're trying to implement vertical integrated marketing campaigns at all the places that target demographic may show up, whether it's in some of the lifestyle magazines, Petco, Target, places that these consumers frequent, certainly all the traditional online channels, and through word of mouth and public relations. But the number one source of our customer is referrals. It's word of mouth, particularly when people share their photos or share their photo books online. You receive a set of photos from some friend or family, it brings you to Shutterfly. That's the number one source of our new customers.
Hey, that's just two of them. These guys have, 6 rooms at a time for 3 days of CEOs.
Yeah, you can find those webcasts, the full webcast, at wsw.com/webcast/JMP6.
And there's a lot of different sectors like we discussed, We've got software companies and big companies like Cisco, right?
Yeah.
And then we've got small that aren't even public yet.
Yeah.
But cool stuff like Kayak, and you said you use Shutterfly.
For my photos, yes.
Do you have photos?
Yes, online. And no, you can't check them out.
I want to see.
Yeah, it's a great place to keep all your photos, and it's really simple to keep them online, and you can share them with family and friends just by giving them the link.
And I can't see them.
No.
Okay, just not friends. Okay, good. Now we've clarified that. Well, you guys, we're going to have a bunch more later. We have to give Melissa back to the world. So we'll be back with Tyler later, and we'll have a bunch of excerpts for you and CEO highlights from this and 2 other conferences.
And you can find us every day on Wall Street Media and directly at WSMCO.com. Thank you.